All right, welcome back to the Planet Paintball podcast, brought to you by 1023 Sportswear. That's TEN, the numbers 23sportswear.com. Use code Planet Paintball for 20% off. And Southwest Paintball in Bayfield, Colorado. Hurry up. It's snowing out there. Spend what weekends you can before you gotta hike inside or go down to New Mexico. Tell John and the boys from Sabotage we said hi. Tonight, I got Nate with me from AC Greenville, coming off a second place at the C5 XL. How you doing, man?
Great to be here. Thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, man. And the AC boys combined with legendary weapons for the event. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a few of the legendary guys, and then me, Eric,
AJ,
I was blanking on names. Yeah, AJ, Eric, me, and
Mr. Frank Trees.
that's why I couldn't think of it because he goes by the pseudonym. Yeah.
What up, Frankie? How'd that go? Considering like it's a combined team thing.
It was pretty good. We practiced the weekend before, so we only had that one weekend together. Usually we're on the opposite side of the field. There's been a couple clips where we've like been going head to head with those guys, but they're always a good group to play with, and it seemed to gel pretty well. I pretty much just sat down, hunkered into the D side, D1, and just kept people from coming through the side.
Yeah, the I saw the Killing Air boys on Sunday, and they said their plan was to kill Nate and then go after the rest of them. So I think that's a pretty big compliment.
Yeah, for sure. Luckily, it never really came down to like me coming off the rip. It was more so just like one of the sides would fall apart, and then it would just all collapse from there. But
Mhm.
I think we did pretty well as a team together, especially for first time playing together.
Yeah, I mean, not too shabby. Those weapons guys stepped up from D, right? Or did they play D5 last year? I guess they played D5, most of them, right? During the 3-man series.
Yeah, for the three-man series, they played D. I'm not sure if any of them played D4 at all.
Okay. And you've played a lot of paintball this year.
Yeah, been blessed to play a lot this year. It's real nice.
Have you had a favorite event?
I mean, the C3XLs are all really good events. I really enjoyed the one out at Carolina Extreme. It's a really nice field. Obviously, Palmetto is a really nice field. So is the one up in North Carolina. What is that? Command Decision.
Command decisions? Yeah.
That was a really cool field too. They're all really nice. Aside from that, I've only played NXL Ohio this year. Played with the leftovers D5. We didn't do too hot, but it's kind of together.
Yeah, it's always rough when it's so thrown together. Like it's either going to go really well or really bad. Usually, you played the Blitz too, didn't you?
Well, that is right. We did play the Blitz up in Greensboro. That was pretty fun. I was basically the front snake on that, diving into that puddle of, we'll call it mud, whatever it is. But
Let's
yeah,
hope it's mud. And you're kind of back from taking a pretty long break from paintball, yeah?
yeah. But
Okay. So what brought you back?
I mean, I really like the Carolina area. Greenville's super nice. I knew Paintball Central Greenville. I played at Rock Hill and Greensboro a lot too, but I really know Greenville. And then there was,
The Greenville Growl?
yeah, Growl. I was really hoping that they would stick around and be like a solid organization, but by the time I got back, they dispersed, you know. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But that's all right. There's still a nice crowd out here. It's really picking up lately too.
Yeah, the Greenville fields, the other day it felt like we had 30, 40 guys out there. So it's kind of nice after it being barren for so long, for sure. Well, let's start with the history, man. How'd you find paintball?
Let's see, probably I think it was like 2010 or something. Went to a birthday party out at Flat Zone Paintball in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So I'd go out there every weekend and play. Playing with T-Town Damage D5 back then. Playing the MILP series, which was a great series considering. I think we took first overall our second season playing. Went to Cup and then placed like 8 out of like 64 teams or
Not too
something like
bad.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not at
not
all.
too bad at all. And then go ahead, just take us through it, man.
Uh, and then senior year of high school, my mom's job was relocating. She was like, "We need to go to Maryland." where we can go to South Carolina. Went up to South Carolina and visited, and there was a paintball field 20 minutes away. It's like, that's where we're going to go. And it just turned out to be a lot better decision.
So how was the crowd out there then?
Then Tuscaloosa.
No, when you moved to Greenville.
In Greenville. So I think Absolute Chaos was still playing about that time. They played for like a season or two after that. There was, I think it was called Upstate Army or something like that.
Yeah, the local like field team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played with them for a few events. That's really where I met like Alex Howell and Tony Tran, those guys. I think most everybody else that was playing back then doesn't really play anymore. But yeah, just playing with those guys and then Absolute Chaos. That's really pretty much who was showing up.
Did you get to play with Chaos like on the team?
But not on the team. I was pretty much just a practice buddy whenever I was out.
Okay, nice. From your like APA, like didn't do a lot. You did some, but then like it seems like you just became a practice guy for a while.
Yeah.
So
I
what
mean,
was
that's how
this?
it is. So like, I've been on a couple of like higher level teams. Played with Crisis. I played with Strays, which was like formerly Fayetteville Dirtbags. But when I got with Crisis, COVID and all that happened. So it was pretty much just a semi-pro team that I was playing. So we would just be the practice squad against them for the most part, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it's playing against guys like that will obviously make you better.
For sure, for sure.
And then when you came back, and what made you want to pick up the gun again after like 4 years?
Honestly, I didn't want to put it down. I just kind of wasn't in a place where I was very local to a field. I moved quite a bit, maybe like 4 or 5 times within the span of like 2 or 3 years. And once I got to Oklahoma, closest field was 3 hours away. The KC All Stars, whatever their local field is, that was pretty much the closest field.
Okay, well, that's it's a little hard to make that drive all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is.
You've kind of started making like these different things, yeah, the 3D printed stuff. So why don't you take us through some of those things you've been making?
Yeah. So I mean, like, I've got like this little this is just an air drainer for tanks. It's pretty common. Uh, got some 45 grips for Lux, and then here's something that I designed. It actually goes into the mask. I actually have one of those right here in use. So it's a secondary strap clip. It just goes into the original strap on certain masks, like these bios right here. But yeah, so like it has this little latch right here. This little swoop slides down in there. And you've got your second strap attached.
Okay,
And I've
nice.
also got this Go 3S 360, whatever. I'm using it right now, but that's a
Okay,
3D print as well. Aside from that, made like a couple more things like caddy lids that had desiccant chambers to keep moisture out of your caddies. Then I've also made uh, little circular ovular things that were snapshot trainers. Didn't really take off too much with those, but honestly, they worked really well. Can't lie.
Well, I mean, obviously you have one of the better snapshots at the field, so they work.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, just gotta call it how I see it. So I thought those would take off more than they did, but I definitely saw you getting slack for them online.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine too. I mean, it's real easy to see something and say that it's not going to work, right off the rip. And until you've actually like sat there and messed around with it and seen that it actually can benefit your game,
Yeah.
people have opinions.
Well, I got to mess around with one of the prototypes, I guess, in the hotel room, and I thought it was a good idea, man. I just didn't
Yeah,
have
for
money
sure.
at the time.
That's all good. That's all good.
And then you and Eric have been traveling around a lot. Oh, shout out to Eric, and he just did an interview with Order 66, so shout out them real quick. But you guys went and did the leftovers together, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you got to go and pit for Houston Heat in Texas also.
Yep, that is correct. Yeah,
How
shout
was
out.
yeah. How was that experience, man?
As far as like pitting in Texas or playing with the leftovers.
Both. We'll start with the leftovers, then go to pin.
The leftovers, it was real interesting. Obviously, being a throw together thing, it's not going to be like something that's super organized as much as you can organize something like that.
Mhm.
But it was fun nonetheless. We got to play with a lot of cool people, like Shaggy from Bear Ridge. He seems like a super cool dude.
Yeah.
Fucking going out over there. Didn't do too hot, but definitely got to play quite a bit of paintball. And I mean, it's an NXL, so you can't complain, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, we went and hung out with Houston Heat again in Ohio, helped pit with them. They hooked it up afterwards, gave us quite a bit of leftovers, whatever they didn't use. They're a super cool crowd. And then went to Texas with Eric, and that was pretty much specifically just to go help Houston Heat do their pit work, and that was super fun as well.
So are you guys gonna pit for World Cup, or are you gonna play for World Cup? What's the plan?
I'm probably just going to pit for World Cup. I know Eric's planning on playing 10 man.
Okay.
Go play 10 man. Just doesn't really seem too fruitful for me.
It's a man, it's a lot of fun. I will say that it's a lot of fun. You know, but yeah, actually, it's not that bad. What is it like, 280, and it's all your paint and the jersey?
Yeah, 250, 280, something like that.
Yeah.
It's super worth it. Just where I'm at, where I'm trying to be. That
Mhm.
became like my route.
Nice. So, kind of take us through your season, man. Because you played with AC D5 and D4 for most of the season until the end.
Yep. So for, I believe it was the Carolina Blitz, we played D4. Or no, they had open
Well,
division and
the the fun division, which is
yeah,
D4 and under. Yeah.
yeah. There's that one. Don't believe we podiumed at that. Then I started playing the C3XL at the second event, I believe it was. That was a Carolina Extreme. Played D5 and D4. Played D5 and D4 at all the C3XLs after that, except for the one at Command Decisions because they were doing both on the same day, and I just didn't think that it was right for me to split my focus on both teams. So I just decided to stick with D5 and commit to them to help with them for that event. Then for the C5XL, played with Legendary Weapons slash AC Greenville.
So, what do you think was the hardest team for you guys in D?
Honestly, I don't really. I guess the best way to say it is I don't really look at the other teams as like difficult or easy. It's more so just like how am I playing in the moment. Like the way I play paintball is like a mirrored game. It's not someone else playing. It's me playing me. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
um, there's definitely some talent out there, some good players and whatnot. But I think most of the time it's really just kind of like if I make mistakes, it's I'll get shot on a mistake
Mhm.
made. You know.
How's the role different in between the D4 line and the D5 line for you? Because a lot of those guys were pretty new to the sport.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like with the D4 line, we have Ben Canterbury and Michael Morales, both great players. They really ball out. They know how to play. They've been around for quite a while. Mike's played on some higher advanced teams as well. As far as playing with the D5 though, like the D4, it's kind of like we gel quite a bit. I mean, like the event that you played with us, it was like you said, I'm gonna just tell you where they're at, and I know you're gonna go because
Yeah.
you know how to gel and you know how to play together. Even though that was like our first time actually playing together, it's just we
Yeah.
got the rhythm of the game. With the DeFi team and everybody being new, it's kind of just like they don't really have the intuition that comes with playing as much as you or I do. Um, it's just like sometimes they don't trust their gut. Sometimes they don't know, like, okay, if I get to this bunker, I need to shoot this shot. So it's kind of like I'll make a move and then I'll have to return and tell somebody, hey, I need you shooting this way so that I can go this way. Which
Yeah.
I mean, that happens in higher divisions as well, but it's just a lot of the lower divisions more so making sure that your guy behind you is able to do what you need to be able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Were you helping with like more plays and stuff with them, or like how'd you guys work that out? Because they didn't have a coach.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more so the type to just kind of like sit back and watch people do what they do. So like if somebody wants to step forward and be like, "Hey guys, we should run this play." I'll look at it and see how it looks to me, see how I feel playing that move. If I agree or disagree, I'll let them know and be like, "Hey, kind of seeing this shot type of thing, and then roll it from there. I don't really like to straight up just be like, hey, you go here type of thing. But if I have to, I will.
Okay. So, but prefer to like lead from within the group instead of in front of the group.
Yeah, pretty much. I like to let people make their mistakes without just like calling them out beforehand, you know, because sometimes people will be like, I want to do this, and like you can say it's not going to work, but until they find out for themselves, they're not really going to listen sometimes.
Yeah.
The AC Greenville guys, they're super receptive to all those type of things. They don't have really any problems with that. They understand. They sit back, they watch, they figure it out real quick.
Yeah. Well, and then, you know, they've all gotten way better through the course of the year.
Yeah,
So they are like soaking up the knowledge and just kind of absorbing it at a, I think, a pretty fast rate. There's a, like you were saying, there's some field awareness stuff, right, to work on, but some of that you gotta live through it, right? Shit.
for sure.
And then you go out a lot during the week, don't you?
When I'm here,
Uh,
I've been traveling a lot during the weeks, so when I can get out there, I usually do.
yeah, you've been on the road with, oh my gosh, dude, I'm so sorry, I forgot your name, from Chaos and Smoke, Derek, right? Yeah, it's a good paintball player and paintball mind right there.
Yeah,
So tell us about some of the adventures you got to have with him, man. Like you guys have gone to some cool fields.
yeah. I think the only field we've really gone to is the one out in Arkansas. Can't quite think of what it's called off the top of my head, but that was a really cool field. Really nice setup. Really nice bunkers. They didn't have stakes. They used PVC tubes and whatnot to keep their bunkers in place. Which at first I was like, yeah, I was like, that's a really good idea. And then I dove into the snake, and the bunker just like flew away. So I was like, that's a bad idea. Let's not do that. Yeah, it was a super nice field, good crowd. I saw some of them out in Texas at the NXO event.
Yeah, they Chaos used to do that at one of their practice facilities, and it works really well until someone hits that bunker hard.
Yeah.
But a lot quicker than staking stuff down for sure. So you've been filming a lot. What inspired to like start filming the game? Was it originally just for you, or was the intent to make these little clips, or is that like a byproduct?
Honestly, I was just kind of like, sounds like fun. Seems like something that would interest me. I've had some requests to do just like raw footage and whatnot, which I thought about doing, and then just maybe doing like some like talk over and being like, "Hey, this is what I was thinking in this moment where I was looking this way, and then sat here and just watched this line." Haven't really got to it with the move and all, but the clips are really fun. Yeah, I mean, it's just something to pass the time right now. It's quite enjoyable, and I really don't think there's like enough actual content being made in paintball, or at least not spread around completely. I know there's a lot, but I don't know. I feel like there's just not too much of just like short clip formats. And
Yeah.
I'd really like to get some other people's like point of views when we play it as well.
Like different teammates, or
Different
you
teammates, different just how different like other people play. Like, it's not all minds think alike, right? You know,
Mhm.
some people will see a move and be like, "No, I'm not taking that." Some will take it and then get shot. Some will take it and make it and shoot somebody while they're doing it. It's just I wanna dive more into like how people see the field, compared to just if they have like the specs on under their mask or something, and they're just playing. Kind of like what I've been doing is just kind of like putting out the short videos without any speaking over top of it and what's going on.
Okay. So just seeing what people see and why they make their decisions. What have you been using to film that again?
Let's see, Instago 3S.
Okay. And why'd you pick that one?
Matt the Gym Rat. Shout out to that guy. It's a really nice camera. It's really small and compact. It's only two-ish paintballs in size. And honestly, it fits really nice on top of the mask. It's very lightweight, very portable. Got good battery life and good quality. Great stabilization in the video.
That matters a lot.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Otherwise, it makes it look like you're having a seizure out there.
Yeah, for sure.
People don't realize like how much they vibrate and stuff. So what's been the funnest part, I guess, or most fun part of like learning that? Because I'm gonna assume it's a relatively new skill set for you.
Yeah, it definitely is. Honestly, just overall, it's enjoyable. I like to challenge myself to things like 3D printing. I did take a class in high school for it, but I pretty much taught myself how to do all that. I don't know. Just figuring out the whole editing process for the short form videos, pretty fun. And then once I eventually get to the long format videos, I think that's really where I'll get a lot more enjoyment out of it.
Okay. So the plan is to do a little bit more long format.
Yes, sir. That's the hopes. That is definitely the hopes in the coming months.
Cool. You just stacking footage right now for it, or you got an idea for the first video?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I tried to get some footage from the C5XL, but I put it in one point, and my little 3D print's a little too loose on this set. I, actually, I have a different one, but it got shot out at the first point, so I was like, I'm not even gonna play with it. I'm just have fun.
Yeah. It's definitely a little bit of a liability sometimes, isn't it?
Definitely is.
So
Like that.
why did
That
you
point where it was that point
go ahead?
that point where we had that Mexican standoff with I can't think what his team was, but it was at the other C3XL
Mhm.
out of Palmetto. Unfortunately, didn't have the camera on for that point, but we had that Mexican standoff, and he ended up shooting it out of my mask, and we did 2 points later. So that was it's a stress for real.
It is one more thing to think about. Why'd you opt for the mask mount instead of like a barrel mount?
Sure, it just kind of it fits there. As far as like the barrel mounts, I feel like it's a little bit more visible. It just so happens to fit right there where the headband sits on the mask, so it's like doesn't stick out, doesn't like weigh me down or anything. Not even noticeable.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's and at least on top of the mask, if you're gonna get hit in the camera, you were probably going to get hit anyways, right? Where with the barrel, maybe not so much.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you ever thought about like combining your footage with Eric's footage?
He's in the living room right now, so I'll talk some crap.
Is
Dude,
he?
his, his footage gets the back of the hopper half the game, the other half of the game. It's solid. It's good footage. Yeah, we've definitely thought about it. We just haven't really got around to it.
Okay. I didn't realize you had moved in with him. That's awesome though. Man, the household's making 2 appearances on podcast in a month. You guys are going big. And you just started paintball daily clips, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, paintball daily clips. Hopefully, a new venture coming out. So far, I've only got like my footage because I haven't really spread the community too far. But the whole gist of it is basically just going to be trying to get uh, other content creators in the paintball community who want to get their stuff more known, more seen. Hopefully, they can start sending it in, tagging it, post it there, and make it like a central hub so that more people can view it and then disperse from there.
Okay. So kind of like Randy's all access thing, other content
So,
creators can
yeah.
collab.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that idea. Like you said, get a little bit more footage of people moving around, right? Have you thought about doing the glasses thing yet? I know
Yes.
they're expensive.
Yeah. I was thinking about it a few months ago. I was literally like, I wonder if anybody's ever put meta glasses in their mask. And I think I was talking to Sam Mongo about it. And then like a week or two later, there was this guy, can't think of his account, but he posts on Facebook a lot and he's out in California and he started posting content with the Ray-Ban glasses. He was like, check it out. He was basically the first one to do it. And I was like, okay, that's sweet. I should have. I don't mind the Go 3S. Honestly, I think it's a little bit better in my opinion because you don't have
Yeah.
you just get like a different point of view.
Well, and I know like Todd and the HK guys are popping out the lenses. So it's just the frames.
Yeah.
And Todd even said he finds himself holding the gun different to get a better shot. So yeah, it might not be the best idea, right? And I'm glad he's doing it and hope he keeps doing it. but he's a pretty high level player. So what's the goal with paintball? Like, is it to have fun? We gonna try and go all the way because we're grinding a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the overall goal with anybody, I hope, who actually puts in time and effort and energy into anything that they do is to, be the best that they can. If and when I ever go pro, like that would be incredible. That would obviously be the overall goal, in my opinion. If it never happens, I'm not gonna, down myself over it. It's just another thing in the books, but enjoy the process along the way, the journey, not the destination.
It's really important mindset to have. Not a lot of people do that. Have you guys start thinking about next year, what you're gonna do? I mean, the D5 guys just won, or well, no. What did you guys end up for second, or for D5 for the C3XL? Was it second overall, or
Not too sure. I never really paid attention to the overall stats, just kind of the events.
okay. But they didn't win the free. You would know if they won the.
Yeah.
They weren't first, so they didn't get the free season. I think that Life of Art was D6. Maybe that had to be Weapons that has the free season or something.
No, actually, Weapon said they won the last C3XL, right? But there was,
Yeah, but they didn't win the series, did they?
yeah, yeah, because it drops your highest score or something, or drops your lowest score, something like that, and they lost by like 5 points or something crazy. So if they would have placed lower in the last C3XL, they would have ended up winning. At least that's how I heard it.
Yeah, it's Life Alert that won it. Jesus, sorry guys. The divisions and stuff are getting warped in my head. So I mean, AC Greenville is going to have two teams up in D4, I guess, next year. So do you have you made a decision on who you're going to play with, or not really yet? Going to wait a couple months.
Yeah, definitely gonna wait. Do some open tryouts and whatnot, see what's coming about. Keep my books
Okay.
open. I haven't really committed to anybody. Even this season, I didn't really commit to AC Greenville. It was just kind of like they needed a killer and they asked me to play, so I was like, okay, I'll play. Why not? If I end up playing with them next year, that would be awesome. It's a great organization. And if I don't, best of luck to them if they're ready. I mean, I'll shoot at them again.
Yeah, it's a jump. It's definitely a jump coming. So, uh, I think they just need to keep in mind it's probably going to be a learning year.
Yeah, which that's okay too. I mean, I'm sure as long as they keep it going, keep at it and keep practicing and doing drills and having more focused drills at their practices, then they'll pick it up a lot quicker. Which I mean, you can't really lollygag once you start getting past D5, D6, expected place, podium, and all that.
Yeah, definitely the intensity goes up, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Is there a division you're thinking about trying out for? Like, are you going to try and make the jump to a D3 team or a D2 team or something like that? Or just kind of see what pops up?
I mean, if there's a D3, D2 team hosting tryouts, I would more than gladly go try out and fall out and show my heart. And if it doesn't happen, then because there's only so many series that actually have those like league or have those divisions, right?
Divisions.
So like
Yeah.
NGX is the MVPS still around?
MVPS has a D3 division. And then our NRPL has a D3 division.
Yeah. So it's either pretty much play D4 local or get capped and go play D3 or go above and play an XL for the most part, right?
Yeah. Yeah, those are the choices. And I think with the C3XL, like, there's no risk of ranking to D3 because it's 3-man.
Yeah.
And the points work differently, which is kind of nice. I personally like that, knowing like there's a league you can go in and just play and don't have to worry about ranking out of your local scene, right? Because it gets exponentially more expensive pretty quick.
And I mean, if I end up on a higher division team and can still afford to play the C3XL with AC Greenville or whomever at D4, D5, then I probably will just do both as well,
Okay.
just for the experience.
Yeah. So what is something you think the boys should work on in the off season, man?
I want to say grit. They've got they've got the will and the drive, but it's kind of like when I put that new field out there and the new bunkers. I was kind of a little heartbroken because I was like, man, y'all are missing out on the half inflated bunkers that are going to deflate every 3 points. You're not going to have to like dodge around that, dive on the harsh turf and whatnot. Think a little bit of grit under their nails and just fucking digging it. That's really what needs to happen.
So you said you played on the Howlers, which is I call it a like semi-famous team locally, right? But short-lived. Did you not play for the House? Gate City Howlers?
Yeah.
No. Got the T-shirt. Maybe Alex gave it to you.
Oh, the strays.
The Strays. That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
strays.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, Dimitri Faircloth, Alex, Howell, Coy, all those guys are really cool dudes. They're great ballers. Not sure if many of them play anymore, but yeah, they're great. Pretty much, I was playing out at Greenville, and Alex was like, "Hey, yo, this guy likes to play. He'll grind." So I went out there and practiced with them a couple times at the old Carolina Extreme. Um, we played SRP for practice, which was really cool because their coach was oh, no, not Bob, somebody famous that I can't think of.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a super cool experience playing with those guys. We pretty much dogged them out the whole day of being a throw together team. And then they played, I think, one or two events together, which I didn't end up getting to play, but that was a really cool experience.
What is your favorite memory from paintball?
So many. Honestly, I'd probably say maybe like the first few times that I came back after that 4 year break, it was just, it was like, this is where I should have been the whole time. Shouldn't have dropped the gun. Just there was a an overwhelming feeling of just like I enjoy this. This is where I should be at. It's not
Well,
very
what?
specific, but yeah,
No, but like, I think everyone. Jesus, shirt keeps making me look like I got man boobs. A size too large. That's the problem. What about it just keeps calling you back, man? Like,
it's just that it's I don't know. It's very there's so much at play, and it's a lot of risk to reward. I guess with like if you make this move, you could get shot, you could not. But I think the overall thing is more so just like the lessons that you learn while you play. A lot of trust your gut type of thing, follow your intuition. And then there's just like when you do make a move and you're like, that was the right call. I'm glad I made that decision. And it's like
mhm.
it pays out. And I feel like the more that you play paintball, since it's more so like a game of like BD chess, it's kind of like the more you're going to understand yourself and understand like how other people think and how you think in the moment and make split second decision. Just kind of overall, it's a great mental game.
Okay. Do you have any like? I mean, I didn't notice any, but do you have any like superstitions before you go and play an event or like a piece of gear that's like super lucky for you?
I mean, yeah, nothing really. I try to meditate beforehand, sometimes during the day. I like to make sure that my head wrap's nice and tight, no wrinkles and stuff. I know some people don't care about that.
It's gotta be smooth.
Yeah.
Nice. What about the pits for AC? How do the boys like get up, or do they? Or they just calm and go into it?
The pits, I mean, obviously there's some squirrely people out there in every pit. So it's just kind of like once you get out there, you're kind of feeling the adrenaline, you're ready to go. No real like hypes, no hype people really. I did notice playing with legendary weapons, they would come out and we'd always try to like huddle in beforehand on the box, be like, go team on three, then sometimes get a little pep talk.
How is that going to that from a more mellow crew, I guess?
I mean, it's no different. I've played with a lot of different people, quite a few different teams. You get the same characters everywhere, in my opinion. So like, you'll get hype people, you'll get chill people, and then I always just kind of like sit back and watch them all because like they can hype everybody up, but I'm just gonna watch it and enjoy it. So it's like I'm gonna be here either way.
Okay. Um, Is there a favorite or a gun that got away that you wish you could have back? Or maybe one that you wish you could have gotten and you couldn't get at the time?
Yeah, I've had quite a few Vicious Geo3s. Those are super nice. I really like the Geo3 line. Currently shooting a Geo4, so it's only one step up. But aside from that, no, not really. I've done buy sell trade since I think I was like 14, 15, just so I could play paintball. So I've got through quite a bit of gear, quite a bit of guns and all that. I've been blessed to shoot quite a lot.
Nice. What do you think made the vicious ones different?
I don't know. I've just always had like an affinity for the Vicious team. Just something about like their their whole community and organization. It's just like kind of been where my head's always been at. It's just kind of like get out there, be gritty, and play paintball, red on Sunday type of thing. You know?
Great film for sure. What's your favorite paintball film?
I like the Reckoning series by Dirter.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the AC Greenville guys onto it because I'm like, y'all seen this series by Dirter, like Short Bus? They're like, no. I'm like, how? Or have you seen the Reckoning series? No. How? So yeah,
I feel like that should be mandatory homework for them.
exactly.
like uh especially the Reckoning series was really good
Yeah.
and how it took you kind of through the whole season with a couple of those teams. It was nice. So you got any ideas for your next 3D print project, or is it all focused on video right now?
Yeah, pretty much just focus on video. I don't really like to like sit down and be like, okay, what am I going to design or come up with? I really just kind of like to let it flow to me. I've had quite a few things that popped into mind, but a lot of the things that I would like to design and make, they're not really like 3D print type of designs. They're more so like CNC cut out a piece of metal type of thing. But nothing really off the top of my head that I'm planning to do.
Hey, it all starts with a 3D print prototype, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. Know a guy who could probably CDC something if you get a 3D print working of it. No, a couple guys actually. Eddie does that stuff.
Okay. Any
So
Monday?
yeah, sorry, something's going on here.
Oh, it's fans.
Oh shit. You all right? Let's dive back into the video a little bit. What have you been using to edit that, man?
CapCut and mostly just the YouTube software. So like when you go into the YouTube Shorts, it's just kind of like CapCut, kind of like Insta360 software. It's just pretty straightforward. You can crop and add your titles and whatnot. Yeah, nothing too major.
Okay. Yeah, I do it all inside Riverside, so I don't get to explore with the YouTube editor at
Yeah,
all. So
yeah,
not gonna lie, I've been curious about it. There's a lot of content and not enough time.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I make sure to do like the clip before I download it to my phone just to save space and whatnot. And then
Mhm.
open up YouTube. Uh, and yeah, it's pretty much straightforward, just kind of like CapCut if you've used that. It's not as simple whenever you're doing like, if you're trying to like do graphics within the video. I haven't really explored all that, but everything else, subtitles, like if you're just trying to do like a different shade for the video, a different filter, it's super straightforward.
Okay. You do most of it like on your phone or at the computer?
Now, pretty much just on my phone.
Okay. Look, those things are supercomputers compared to what they used to be. We are far, far away from a freaking flip phone. What is one piece of gear you could play with a remake
That they would remake.
or that more people should have, I guess?
Yeah. I'm pretty basic on most of my gear. I mean, I'm still rocking the Spire 3 from back when I played with Crisis 4 or 5 years ago. It's still running strong. Yeah. I don't know. Nice barrel. That's really all I can recommend. I personally like the die ULs, not the ULS or the ULIs, just
The old school.
UL.
Look, I still got a Steely in the collection, so I'm with you. Well, you guys went out to Red Fox the other day for a little mech day. Did you go with them?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was fun. They had a pretty decent sized crowd out there, maybe like 30, 40 people. We ended up splitting apart halfway through the day and just playing like so they had the rentals and then the walk ons, pretty much just split it that
Mhm.
way. But yeah, it
Okay.
was super nice feel.
I have I've never been there. Well, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've never played there.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Just
think it's
because
my
of,
second time playing there.
yeah. Well, I like the competitive side. So if it doesn't have hyperball or mounds, don't really want to be there.
Yeah, we got out there and so their first course, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's kind of like a junkyard almost. They got vehicles and like refrigerator. I hit behind a refrigerator door the first point. I was literally just like, I can't do nothing. And but the second point, I ended up like hopping on top of a car, like on the hood, and there was this big concrete pipe like in front of me. I was just sitting over there, just like blasting fools. That was pretty fun.
Nice. Yeah. Might be the off season has officially started now for me. Might make my way over there and just check it out for the first time.
Yeah, there's talks of potentially getting a speedball field out there within the coming year or two. So see how that
That would
goes.
be interesting for sure. I know in the past, and I know ownership has changed or management has changed, but they have not been welcoming to the more intense crowd. I guess I'll put it.
Really? Yeah.
Not like us back in the day. So, which is why I never went.
Yeah.
Not gonna go where you aren't wanted for sure.
Exactly.
Well, man, we're right there at an hour. It's a good spot to kind of cut it. Shout out who you want to shout out, and thank who you want to thank, and we'll call it for the night.
Man, I got way too many people shout out AC Greenville and Mike Morales or Morales. Not sure how to pronounce it. Sorry, Mike. Uh, we're running the AC Greenville group and just getting a whole bunch of guys out there to play. Shout out to the Rice and Beans guys for always being out there and practicing against us. Shout out to Eric for hooking me up and getting me out to the NXLs and everything that he's been doing. Shout out to guys over at Legendary for asking me to play with them, as well as I can't think of his name, so I'm not going to shout him out. But shout out to AC Greenville, right? Ryan Callahan, Callie out there, he's doing a good job taking care of that field. Shout out to PBC in general. I wish there was a little bit more effort going down to the Greenville field, but I understand it's a long ways away. And it is what it is. Sometimes it's just about the grit, in my opinion. But thanks for them for at least keeping the field open. That's nice. And then allowing for the new speedball field to be put out there. Shout out to Andrew up in Greensboro. He does a great job up there. Yeah. And then I guess shout out myself for, sorry, the Paintball Clips Daily. Y'all go check it out. If y'all have any content and anything, let's try to get it posted there. That'd be really awesome. And then
Well, if
shout
you
out to
need
you for
it,
running this, dude. Sorry to cut you off again. Dude, you're doing a great job with this. I enjoy it. I really do.
oh, thank you. It's been a fun venture for sure. So we aren't slowing down yet, and we aren't stopping anytime soon. So we're gonna keep it moving. Well, man, thanks for coming on, and we gotta pause it. It's got to upload for a second, and then we can go eat dinner, and we'll see. Yeah, man, and we'll see everyone else next time on the Planet Paintball podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the Planet Paintball podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Whether you're out there grinding in the divisional pits or chasing dreams on the pro stage, remember, it's all about the passion, the hustle, and the love for the sport. Shout out to 1023 Sportswear for sponsoring the show. Don't forget to use code Planet Paintball at checkout for 20% off your order. Gear up, save big. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and we'll see you back here on the Planet Paintball podcast